Hey there, YouTubers! I'm back today with a two-page layout this time. It's the first two-page spread that I'm doing on my channel, and I don't usually do 2 pages. I think it's the first one I've ever done. But since I'm working on my project book, on my summer project book, and I had these pictures which were of the same story that I wanted to tell, which was my daughter attending summer camp for this year. I thought that it would be kind of a good idea to just put them together on a 2-page spread. So this year she attended a couple of different summer camps, well, 3 different summer camps in total, and she just loves it. I mean, she has to be somewhere whilst mommy's working, so thank God she just loves attending summer camp. She went to a kind of farm for the first week. They took care of animals and they had a lot of fun. And then for a few couple of weeks she attended the summer camp at her school. And what I'm doing here is I found these paints that we had them from a project that we did last year. We had to paint a kind of dog, these Crayola boxes which give you the shape and the paints and you just paint it up. Well, it was a dog, a photo frame holder, and these paints were left over, and I thought I could do something with them. So I'm kind of painting the background a little bit. I didn't want to overdo it because I did not know what kind of paints they were, if they were oil-based, if they were water-based, but apparently they're water-based. I could add water easily to them. And I was lucky enough they did not seep through the background. Remember that I'm doing layouts on these pages, but see there I'm checking if I'm making a mess at the back, and I wasn't, and that worked great. And I wanted to kind of imitate the colors on that Webster's Pages sheet that I'm using. And there was a kind of scheme of colors going from blues to pinks to greens, and that's what I did with the paints. And what I'm trying to do now is back the pictures. These 2 layouts took me about an hour to complete. I was fiddling a lot with embellishments at the end, I mean, being a project book, the way that I'm working is very different from working normal layouts, because I have to keep it kind of simpler, and I have to make sure that when I close the book up, nothing is going to kind of put pressure on anything else and ruin pictures. So there are a lot of things to keep in mind when you do these kind of project books. It's like a smash book. So I'm backing the picture on a couple of sheets of paper, and then I start kind of figuring out what embellishments I'm going to use. And I have these 2 feathers which I found in my daughter's bag, and she had found them in the first summer camp when she went to this farm. And yeah, she's the type of stuff collector that I used to be when I was her age. And I asked her if she would let me use these feathers for the layout, and she was so willing to give them to me. She appreciates the books, she appreciates the layouts, and she loves it when she can kind of contribute to the layouts in any way, giving me stickers or whatever she can do. It's funny, I have to say that she is less of an artist. When I was her age, I used to love coloring and drawing, but she doesn't like coloring and drawing so much, but she does love to play with paper and cutting and sticking. She's more of a scrapbooker than an artist. I do try to sit down with her and color together, but she doesn't really like it. So, well, it's fine. I mean, if she ends up liking crafts, she watches my mother do a lot of crafts, because my mom does needlework and cross stitch and, a different kind of craft, which I've never done. And my daughter's quite impressed by it, and she's always asking her, how she does this and that. Okay, so here I am. You can see that I'm trying to work both pages at the same time. I stuck the feathers with some craft glue that my mom had, and this glue is great because it dries up pretty transparent, and I found that it's great to use underneath these kind of resin die cuts that you are getting nowadays in the ephemera packs. I'm sorry that you can see a bit of the piece of furniture because I have to kind of set my iPad in a different way. I don't have my iPad holder here, but it's fine. I think you can see, I tried to make sure that you could see both pages and you can see the process. And as you can see here, I changed the layout of the pictures. I was gonna do a kind of diagonal layout for the 4 pictures, but I decided to kind of split them up into a group of 3 and then just 1 picture at the top. Another different thing with doing a summer project book like this versus layouts is that I do try to incorporate more pictures. If you've seen the smash books that I did for the previous 2 summers, you can see that I use a lot of photos. I mean, the whole reason behind doing a project book is to kind of document everything that happens in the period of time that you want to document. So yeah, I want it to be full of pictures and yeah, make it as colorful as possible as well. So let me see what I'm gonna do here. I think I'm gonna continue, on this layout. I was, fiddling so much with this camera die cut, I just couldn't make it work anywhere, and I finally toss it and I don't use it. And then I do decide to use some die cuts from the poolside collection, and I find they are working perfectly with the Summer Vibes collection from Simple Stories. That, there are the gold in the poolside collection works perfectly well with the faded colors and the summer vibes and the wood texture, and it's great. I'm happy with the materials that I got with me so far. I feel that I have enough to work with, and I think I packed up quite a good kit, I have to say. And I'm going to use quite a few stickers from the sheet. I'm going to use that summer as a title on the second page. And yeah, I'm gonna just stick a few more stickers here and there. But as I said, keep it very, very simple. So how are you all? We are having the hottest summer ever. I think I've mentioned it in the previous 2 videos. I have to mention it again. It's just plain awful. And I've been fine. The only thing is, it usually happens to me every time I just start my holidays. I feel sick some way or another. Something happens and I'm sick, and I think it's just stress that accumulates over all the work days, and that when you finally rest, your body just goes wah, and you get these weird pains and aches everywhere. So I'm planning to go to the doctor tomorrow. I don't think it's anything serious, but anyway, just to get it checked out. I haven't been feeling myself these past few days. Maybe it's the heat as well. And okay, here I am writing the title. It's going to read Summer Camp 2015. Eventually I move both the title and the camp letters towards the left so I can fit a 2015 embellishment that I found. The first layout is pretty much done. As you can see, I'm sticking these kind of hexagon shapes. I'm going to stick that your special wooden piece. And I was not liking how the feathers were looking. I did cut the bottom part of the feathers. They were huge. So I cut the bottom part, and now I'm gonna stick on top. At the very end of the video, you'll see that I'm gonna stick a round die cut on top to kind of hide that part, because for me it was looking a bit ugly, and I wanted to hide it. And basically this is it. I'm not gonna say anything else because layout's almost done. I hope you liked to watch the process. Remember, these are not really layouts. It's more a kind of a smash book look rather than layouts. And I hope that these videos are kind of giving you inspiration as to how you can create your own summer project book and document your stories and stuff. It's true that in my book it's been based on my daughter, because there's not much that I was doing during this time, because I was still working, and she started summer holidays long before I did. But eventually, my husband will join us and we'll be doing stuff together, and I can document stuff that we do together as well. And that's it for today. Well, have a nice rest of the week, what's left of it. Bye.
Can't you see it's we who about that life? And we can't stop, and we won't stop. We run things, things don't run. We don't take nothing from nobody. Yeah, yeah. It's our party, we can do what we want to. It's our house, we can love what we want to. Can't you see it's we who own the night? Can't you see it's we who about that life? It's our song, we can sing if we want to. It's my mouth, I can say what I want to. Run things don't run. We, 'cause we can't stop. Red cups and sweaty bodies everywhere, hands in the air like we don't care. 'Cause we came to have so much fun now. Got somebody here, might be the one now. If you're not ready to go home, can I get a hell no? 'Cause we're gonna go all night.